So welcome from my side. Welcome from the side of the rest of the team, I would say. Also Jane, Carlos, Yelena, and some others that are potentially still joining. Enya was, yeah, there is trying to go through the screen and I was like hopping on. Very cool to have you all here for the recap session of the Home River Bioblitz, which happened already 2 weeks ago, that all of us were out on our home rivers. Some of us also were out on rivers that we were visiting at that moment. It's not always strictly the home river, no, but a river that's important to us. And it was an opportunity to go out and explore and to bring our own communities to that river, to have a day to zoom into some details that we normally pass by. Jens is also joining. Hello, welcome, Jens. And today is a day where we can look back at that weekend a bit, share experiences, see kind of what we have in parallel, what we have in common, look at the science a bit also. We'll do that with Jelena. But indeed, a big important part is also telling the stories, no? Like, what have we experienced? Why are we doing this? What does it mean to me? And what does it mean to my river? And how can we make sure that this BioBlitz event helps us a bit also in protecting our river and growing our local communities, and how can we then connect that around the world, no? So very happy that we're connecting here. I've heard quite some different hours of the day already. Carlos is there at 8 a.m. and then it goes all the way through Europe and then Kopmani 9 p.m. you said, no? So yeah, that's quite a good range of the day. Is there anyone there midnight, maybe 4 a.m.? I think there's a reason we choose this. Oh, actually, then the Duke. What time is it?
This is 10 in my place. 10 p.m.
You're winning. Nice. Thanks for joining us at this hour. That's amazing. Really cool. I have a bit of luxury. It's 4 p.m. That's a very gentle time to be here, I think. Cool. Just a few numbers. I think 108 rivers registered for this year's Home River Bioblitz now. Out of which actually 62 also had some observations on iNaturalist, which makes certain that those people went out, but I'm pretty sure a few more went out to explore, and maybe not everyone uses iNaturalist, which is also not the main objective necessarily of this Home River Bioblitz. Now we more want to motivate people to go out and have a good day on their home river. A lot of observations. Jelena is going to go into them a bit. There's one group that actually had more than 2,000 observations, which is pretty impressive. And then there's rivers that have like around 200 or something, and there's rivers that have more like 20, and we're happy with all of them. But we'll go to Jelena later to dive into them a bit and to like together explore now. Some cool facts still that I found out is that like 6 rivers have already been with us since the start of the Home River Bioblitz, so since 2020. That means this was their 6th Home River Bioblitz already. Pretty cool. And then there's 49 rivers that registered that were there for the first time, which is also very cool. So the community is staying around. No, there's a lot of people that have been coming back and do a BioBlitz basically every year, becoming tradition. And then there's rivers that come in for the first time and that see this as a new thing to explore and hopefully will stay with us a bit more in the next few years. Cool. Before I talk too much, I think I'm going to hand it over to Yelena, and then we have, I think, at least 8 people that want to share a bit of their experience, but also very open for others to still join in and to share a bit more as well. We're going to try to keep those roughly max 3 minutes, so we have time for everyone to say something now. So if you have your story a bit ready, please try and keep it around that time limit now. But yeah, first oh no, before we go to Elena, maybe if all of you want to in the chat write the name of your river and the country that you're from, so that we have a bit of a clue who we're talking with. Anything anyone wants to add? Looking at Jens and yeah, Carlos.
No, just let's move ahead. Yeah, I have a lot of things to say, but let's open the microphone to everybody else.
Cool. Yeah, so for sure, write your names. Also, if you already want to say something, that's also very welcome. And otherwise, we'll start with Yelena and then we go to all the experiences. Cool. Thanks. Yelena, up to you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'll try to keep this short. I was thinking a lot about what to actually talk about today, apart from just recap. And I work with birds mostly, with particular group of birds, shorebirds. And I know a lot about them. And I don't know a lot about other things, probably like insects and invertebrates. I'm not really well versed with it. Also, not really much with plants, maybe worse than with insects. So I decided to just show you a couple of bird observations that we've seen during this Home River Bioblitz, and also to encourage you to keep doing observations on iNaturalist and other citizen science apps, and tell you why is this important for science and how can we use this data. Anyways, okay, so I will start sharing my screen. Let me know if you can see it somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting. Yeah, we can see it.
Perfect. Yeah, so this is the map of all the observations that we've seen during this Home River Bioblitz this year. It's very, Mexico has been really active, and South America, so pretty cool. And in this way, I also was wondering, how do I make a proper recap? And usually what I do is try to see, oh, which bird have we seen the most of the times? But that's being inflated because we are overly represented by the Global South, which is great, actually, I think. And also super cool that we had some observations from Australia, Indonesia, and Thailand, and also Africa. And Europe has not been super active this year. I don't know what happened. Well, we didn't particularly do a BioBlitz in Finland. We did something else, but I will tell you about it later. So this year was pretty good, I think. There were over 16,000 observations, and there are in total recognized by iNaturalist 4,148 species that have been identified. And as you can see here, these kind of stats I snapped from the iNaturalist website. And among a lot of these observations, still some of them need IDs, which is the kind of then a task of iNaturalist community to further identify all these pictures that you posted and that we posted there, because that's that is kind of the goal of this. So I'm pretty sure that this number of observations will keep growing, and we will also have more species identified, because all of this in yellow is actually something that still needs to be ID'd. And then the green are observations that are of research grade, which means they can be further used for any kind of analysis or something like that. And among all these species, obviously there's a little bit of a bias. When you're going outside with your phone, you will mostly notice your plants and insects because they are tiny and you can take photos. And obviously something else like fungi and vertebrates can be difficult to record, like birds and particularly mammals. But I think we had a pretty fair number of birds, I think around 300 and something species. And there were a lot of observers, and now there's a lot of identifications that are going on. So I think every year we get a lot of useful observations, and then the iNaturalist community has something to do in winter and identify all these things that are there. Okay, what I'm going to tell you today is why is it good to use these kind of apps for particularly recording birds or other biodiversity or other species. It's because birds are obviously declining. We know that a lot of other things are also declining, not only birds, because of destruction of habitats. And rivers are important habitats for birds. Since 1980, the decline in birds have been like really, really steep, so 33%. there's a lot of species here that we recorded during the BioBlitz that are also undergoing really steep declines. And here I talk about the global population declines. There are also some local populations that are being extinct, or the locally populations can have different trends. But for example, there were sightings of lesser yellowlegs, which was last year only the least concern, and now this year has been upgraded to vulnerable or downgraded. Same with the black-bellied plover, or in Europe we call it a gray plover. It's also kind of dropped really drastically, and so all these birds just in 1 year changed their status from least concern to vulnerable or near threatened. And some of these birds we've also seen recorded during the BioBlitz. And birds are migrating. September is not usually the breeding time, especially here in Europe, so all the birds are going down south, and birds are migrating through all these different pathways here, kind of the imaginary highways, or for example, in Pacific, there is this Americas Flyway, and in Europe, we have the East Atlantic Flyway, and then Black Sea and Mediterranean Flyway, which are, to me, the most recognizable. But it is really important for us to know, because of these declines, what is happening with birds while they are migrating and on these flyways. And for that, it's a really good time to go out in September and try to record as many numbers as possible of birds. Even sometimes in Africa, for example, on the west coast, it is really useful to go out and actually record sightings of ringed birds or birds that have transmitters on them, and that helps us understand what are these birds doing in the winter or when they are not breeding, and we can follow their population trends. And iNaturalist is a good day, and iNaturalist, the Home River Bioblitz is a good day for that. And rivers themselves are essential for birds, for migratory birds, and they provide crucial habitats for resting, feeding, and drinking along these long journeys that some of these birds are taking. And because in nature not everything is straightforward, the birds are also vital for rivers, and they act as bioindicators of water quality, river health. They can play a role in nutrient cycling and connect different habitats, and kind of provide or maintain the ecological balance through their feeding habits. And they also help control insect populations that actually thrive in these river environments. So even though birds are not immediately associated with rivers, as they are not essentially aquatic organisms, they play a really crucial role, and they're vital for rivers. And all these iNaturalist bird observations have help in many things that we can get, especially on the migratory pathways. They can determine habitat ranges in winter. For example, putting out observations at a particular time of seeing a particular bird can then help scientists determine their migration dates, their locations, departure dates, or arrival dates to a certain destination. Also filling a lot of data gaps, especially on wintering grounds for European birds, that's Africa mostly. And then all this citizen science data, even if it's just casual, can help in identifying all these crucial habitats that birds use during migration, because when they come back, we know where they breed, but what they do when they are outside of the breeding range, it's like more of a mystery. So, like birds that were seen in the BioBlitz, we had a lot of big birds that were observed a lot, which I've noticed this year. For example, the most observed was black-crowned night heron. They are super common in Mexico, and also the snowy egret, as well as the grackles. Grackles you can see anywhere in any trash can, especially these, and also some domestic species that are this muscoid duck, for example. And I've noticed that there's a lot of birds that have been documented many times. And then I kind of thought, oh, okay, is there a size of the animal that is also influencing how much do we, is there any paper on this? and it seems like there is. And it seems that overly represented in citizen science data are actually big birds or big flocks or the birds that are least concerned. So that makes total sense, but it doesn't make them worthless nevertheless. I just wanted to make it clear that all these observations are in one way a little bit biased, but they are really, really useful anyways. And what we did in Finland this year, instead of the BioBlitz, we did something what we can do here. It's really cold here already right now, as I said, and what we can do is maybe contribute to monitoring some local populations, which we do usually every year in September. So we go to this area where you see here, there is like already yellow leaves on the ground. We are done for this year. Next week it's gonna be winter. Usually what we do is we go to this forest, which is nearby this river and wetland habitat, and then we follow the local population of birds by ringing them. Some of you see here, I'm taking a bird out of the net. And on the last photo, maybe you can see the little ring that we put on this willow tit. So this is something that includes also students from the university and also includes citizen scientists. And then in winter, this winter, we did a winter BioBlitz where we recorded if these individuals actually survived throughout the really cold Finnish winters. So we are including a lot of citizens to do this. Obviously, not everybody can ring a bird or take it out of the net. You have to have a special permit for it, but people can come and participate in this event and see why is it important to ring birds or track populations or actually import observations in any kind of eBird or any other app that they are using and how they are helping us tracking these populations, right? So that's something that we did this year. And what I also wanted to show you, instead of me just clipping everything from iNaturalist, I wanted to share my screen with you and show you how you can explore what has been done in the Home River Bioblitz. Usually in iNaturalist, you can search for a project here in this search button. And you see, I searched for the Home River Bioblitz 2025, and Vera already mentioned that there were a lot of rivers, and in Rio Pitilal, there were a lot of observations. So some rivers have been really active. Of course, it depends where you are in the world and in which season you are. Here in Finland, we struggle with the Home River Bioblitz because there's not really many things to observe in September, and sometimes it's even frozen already, the ground. Then if you want to get some more stats, as I did, you can also just click on the button that says stats. And there you get the same thing that I have already shown you in the presentation. It's very interactive, so you can also see which species have been found, how many, and so on. I will go to birds. So, we have like 399 species of birds, and you can always click on it, and then you just get the observations of birds and all different species and photos that people have been posting, and you can go inside these observations and actually try to identify or try to help identification of these birds. For example, if it doesn't have a research grade, you can go in and make a comment and say, oh, I know that this bird is a white-faced ibis or a blue-black grass quilt or something like this, if you feel comfortable and if you are if you have local knowledge. I think that's a great way to spend your time. If you cannot go outside, I feel like it's a great way to learn, and it's a great way to help the community have these birds identified. What I like to do usually is that there are these filters that you can use, and then I like to see what kind of threatened or wild or captive birds we've seen. Now I clicked on threatened here, and it's only about birds. And then I could update my search. So here I see all the observations of threatened birds that have been seen. Again, if you go to the observations, you will not always get this the research grade observations, so you can help identify also these birds. And if you go to species, then you see that we've identified this year at least 25 threatened species of birds. Many of them are waterfowl, some raptors, and especially waders. Lesser yellowlegs, maybe you remember from my slide, it just got downgraded to vulnerable species this year, or near threatened. And same with some other species. We have also species that are commonly huntable, for example, common quail. At least in Montenegro, they are really on the target by hunters, and that's why they are really threatened. Bar-tailed godwits. Bar-tailed godwits they are an amazing bird. They migrate long distances. They breed in the Arctic tundras, and they are just really, they're also beautiful in my opinion, and magnificent, and their migratory flights are so long and exhausting. So it's really cool to see records of these birds on migration. Same with the black-bellied plover, which again, I showed you that it got really decreased in numbers. And every year we have a loggerhead shrike. I'm pretty sure this was from Mexico again, which, yes, I see Carlos is. So this also is a really endangered bird. Of course, also some like lilac-crowned Amazons. So you could play around and always filter and check for all these identifications, and actually check for your own region, for the whole Home River Bioblitz, or you can go particularly in your own river. And yeah, I think that my point here is to just say that you should be active, that I think the Home River Bioblitz always collects so many useful information, so many useful observations that can be used by researchers, by just citizen scientists, or just citizens to advocate for either local conservation for their rivers, or by researchers to do some larger scale research on these birds. And yeah, to keep motivating you to collect these data, particularly in every part of the year, really, because it's really just useful information that is being collected here. And yeah, I think that's all that I have planned to say. For now, I will stop sharing my screen. But if you want to know something more or ask me some more questions, please ask me now or later. And yeah.
Thank you, Elena. Amazing. I love this insight in taking us into iNaturalist as well. Did any one of you do this already? Just jump into all those observations and wander around a bit, click some filters, da-da-da. I think one year we did a bit of a hackathon, no? Like we actually did this together, which was pretty fun. Maybe we should do this next year again.
Yeah, I think it's really nice to play with. It's very user-friendly platform, so you could really easily export your own observations and just check what has been done. It's pretty intuitive.
If among the today participants of the recap session, is there any other nerd that has been playing around with the filters and data recorded in their iNaturalist observations project? Anybody?
I still have homework doing that.
What river are you doing it, Carlos? And which type of homework do you have pendant?
I'm still gonna do like identifications, like broad identifications for my region. Around here, we have a lot of rivers. And actually, I just saw Roman. He's around here. He made a few events, and some of those are not yet identified to get the research grade. So those are the things I need to sort out. I'm familiar with some of the Mexican other regions biodiversity, so I can help out on that. But yes, sorry. Many of these numbers are gonna change in the next few weeks, and if we look back 6 years ago, those numbers from the first Home River events, they are still changing, they're still evolving. So one of the greatest thing is all this information is here stay. I mean, it's not gonna be like wipe out, and we're gonna take advantage as long as we keep doing these events. Information is gonna be piling up across the years.
Cool,
Awesome.
thanks, Carlos. Yeah, I think this is one of the reasons that we keep doing it this third weekend of September now. Which is indeed not ideal in Finland, Yelena, but then it's good in other places in the world, and it's yeah, exciting to keep comparing now. Yeah, Carlos, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Who's next? Because
I have a list of a lot of people that have mentioned potentially wanting. I'm not sure who's there, but if you want to go ahead, that's also okay.
no, I just want to switch side a little bit on okay, we saw a lot of the scientific information that was generated, but I want to share a short story from a teacher in Tanzania. And I want to mention here Michele Raggio, because he's been working with those teachers for a number of years. Michele, can you introduce a little bit about the work they have been doing before I jump to Kisega's example, please?
Yeah, sure. Very fast. With my organization, we've been working in Tanzania for I think around 6 years now, and just 3 years ago in 2023, and then also in 2024 with Carlos and other amazing people, we also did a project that involved a few teachers from secondary schools to learn more about other education, and of course, to learn about iNaturalist. And some of them last year already, and I think even the year before, right, Carlos? They started running BioBlitzes during the Home River Bioblitz. This year we had 5 of them doing it with their students in different rivers, in different parts of Tanzania. Mostly you will see them located in the area around Morogoro and Chalinze, but there is also one up close to Kilimanjaro. And I think, Carlos, you would like to share some videos from Kizega, who is actually a primary
Yes.
school teacher in this case, who ran the Home River Bioblitz for the third time, right, Carlos?
Yes, Giselle has been like really active about taking those young kids outside, and that's exactly what I meant. Uh, Thank you, Michele, for sharing that. Kisega, he's the teacher. He takes out the little children outside into the field. And this is the short video that he sent me. It's gonna be in Kiswahili, but I have the translation here, I guess. So let me see if I can share my screen, maybe. Just very fast. Screen share. Hopefully, can you see this? But stop share
Not
now. Let
yet.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
I think it was coming just a bit slow.
Yes, but sorry, I need to share with the audio. Share screen, share sound. Yes. Optimist, sharing video. Yes. Okay.
Carlos, do you have the translation? Otherwise, I can post it in the chat.
Oh yeah, you can post it. Please do so. Can you see the video now, the screen?
Yes.
Kwa jina naitwa Modesti Oscar, nasoma shule ya Kuifungo. Tumekuja kuangalia viumbe hai waliokuwepo kwenye pembezoni mwa bwawa hili. Kwa majina naitwa Nasir Huseni. Hili bwawa letu unaloliona lina umuhimu wa kutusaidia katika maji katika shule yetu ya msingi Kuifungo. Wakati tunafanya shughuli hizi, nilishangazwa kuona mayai tofauti ya viumbe hai. Katika bwawa hili tumejifunza kutusaidia katika kupata maji, na tumejifunza kuna viumbe hai wanaolizunguka bwawa hili, na tunatakiwa tuwafahamu na tuwajue na tuwalinde.
Okay, this is part of the Kisega students, and I think already Michele put the translation there, but they were asking questions. They were exploring along with the teacher, and this is just to show how a small spot. This spot is called Quifungo Pond, if I could pronounce that correctly. And this is a place that provides water for the school. So this exploration is just going beyond the normal use of water and seeing what kind of creatures they can find there. And again, Home River Bioblitz started in this sense, and correct me, Jens, if I'm wrong, Juanito, but it's not just about biodiversity, it's connecting the people with their local ponds, their local environments. And I think this shows this opposite side on scientific data, and it's deeply connected with what we do with our rivers. It's not just going outside and exploring them, but it's taking more value of them. And I hope this makes sense. I don't know, Mikel, if you want to add something on Kisega's or other teachers' work.
Not much, if not sharing that even in these rural areas, students and people in general are quite disconnected from nature, and thinking that they study in places that are deep in nature, but they don't know much about nature. These opportunities for them are something important to reconnect, to learn, and also to pass on these messages to the rest of the communities.
Yeah, so I know everybody has like their own stories, but I think these stories are worth sharing because it really helped us connect. I mean, being a world initiative, I mean, putting us all together for a weekend doing these kind of things, it's so important for me that we all realize that this is happening across the planet. And whatever we're doing, we might be in opposite sides of the world, we share this common interest in, and this is part of what I think it's important for us to know. It's just that. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos and Michele, and the people in Tanzania, no, for sharing this with us and being part of the event. Cool. Let's maybe move from Tanzania all the way to Thailand. Kopmane, are you ready to share a bit of Thailand?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Sipaloid.
Okay. Let me check my. Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, my name is Kaumani, and we are the Home River Bioblitz from Thailand, and we are very happy that this year, if I'm not wrong, we have 9 rivers from Thailand that joined the Home River Bioblitz. And tonight, we will share our 3 rivers from Thailand. And the first one is แม่น้ำหลังสวน and this river will present by Mr. ธเนศนะคะ พี่ธเนศพร้อมไหมคะ
ครับ
ค่ะ เชิญพี่ธเนศเล่าเลยค่ะ
Hello everyone, my name is Thanet. I'm living in Phatok, Chumphon, southern of Thailand. Our river is well known in the name of Lang Suan River. This time, the first time that we participate in this event. My colleague and I were very appreciate when Mr. Pipok contact us organize this event. In the day of event, we were excited because everywhere we go, we found something such as plant, aquatic animal, and small insect. Unfortunately, that time when we held the activity, the area that we live was under storm season, and the level of the main river was too high. So we had to move our location to investigate the small stream instead. Over there, we found plenty of creatures and living such as small flower, fish, insect, and especially aquatic larvae. We had almost 300 observation, which now can be identified in 103 species. The most species that we found was creek crab at the 30 observation. The second was Queen Daniel, and we also found almost 20 of freshwater snail, at least 4 species. Without this survey, we wouldn't know that these small streams are spawning ground for fish, such as tiny crab or the marble goby, and nursery of a nursery habitat for aquatic life. They lay their egg in our little feeder stream. There are about 100 of them flowing into the Pato River, and the young can grow there or use them as refugees. Once they are bigger, they drift down into Pato River and then Lang Suan River. The river's gentle flow brings peace and sustenance our community farm, and this river sustains our agriculture. Right now, our Pato communities are facing a mega project called the land bridge. The impact will hit all 4 sub-districts. What we see in that land bridge with a double-deck track, railway, or a motorway will destroy the headwaters and the small mountain stream on Pato Salo. Most of Pato district soils are friable and don't hold water. If this go ahead, the wildlife in the mountain and the diverse fish species we found in our survey will disappear. We once suffered from mining concession. The Pato River turned turbid, but it had now begun to run clear again. This project, however, will destroy liveway of Pato people and those in Lang Suan and Ranong as well. With the land bridge, the life and the wildlife and many fish species we documented will surely vanish because the rail line and the motorway will cut across the little creek and the stream on the Pato Mountain. Our security of life may be lost. Our community way, livelihood and agriculture are gone. That is the story that we want to share.
Jacob,
Thank you พี่ธเนศนะคะค่ะ and we'll move up to the north of Thailand นะคะ the next river will be in Chiang Mai นะคะ I will share my screen.
Can I quickly say a little remark? Because I'm afraid we have at least 10 rivers that want to share something. So if you all want to share something, we'll have to try to keep it a bit shorter if that's possible.
Oh, sorry.
But thanks a lot, Tanate, for sharing.
Okay. Can you see the pictures now?
Yes.
Okay. This is the Home River Bioblitz in Mae Ok Hu River in Mae Cham, Chiang Mai district. This was organized by Rak Thai Foundation. They encourage teachers and students to go out and explore their home river. And the teacher captures the pictures and reflect from the student, like in the bubble. The students say they are so happy to come out and have this experience. Some have found small crab, small shrimp or frog, and some said they have learned to use the mobile phone and use iNaturalist program and also the digital camera to record this observation. And some also reflect that after they have experienced this, they have learned that this river is the home for small creator, and they would like to make this river clean so that small creator can thrive in this river on. That is short reflect from the Mae Ok Hu River in Mae Cham. And the last one will be Home River Bioblitz from Bang Bakong River, which is located in the eastern of Thailand. This year, we have the close observation, so close event, so we not expect many participation. We first expect only 4 or 5, but finally we have about 14 observers that is come out by online by themselves and collect and make it on their own. And we are so happy to have connect with them after the Home River Bioblitz and exchange the information. And what we have found this year, which is very interesting for me, is like blackhead ibis in this picture, which is not common found in this area, which is the wetland. And the next one is very make me happy because this is my first time witness the smooth-coated otter in the realm of Bang Bakong River. Even if I have heard the story about them for many years, but this is my first time witness them, and that is my very good experience for this year. And sadly, but there are also the sad side of this story, we have found the invasive species like the school of black-chin tilapia, which is invasive species in many rivers in Thailand right now. And now they are coming to the estuary of Bang Bakong River. And we have to do something with this in next year. But after all, we have also found that there is the big destruction in the area, which is the wetland for the migrant and also the bird and also other creatures in this area. And we have connect to the local people and have talked what we can do with this in the future. And I think this is maybe the same problem with the Patot River in the south of Thailand because of the big project is coming up in Thailand. So there will be the connection to make the network stronger to do something. I hope so. And thank you from Thailand. Okay, that is for me. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And powerful images. Sadly, also not the best images to see, but this is indeed why we connect now and why we can share. And we see that even though this sometimes feels like a fight against big companies and big investors and all, no, it's also something that we share around the world. And I think if we can support each other, that would be amazing and helpful. I have Antonio who's here, who's just dropping his gear out in the field for a while and has to go back. So I think he wants to share a quick few words from Peru. Hi, Antonio. How are you doing? Floor is yours.
Hi.
Hi.
I am showing my screen. Let me see. Okay. Is my screen with you?
Yes,
Mm.
we can see the iNaturalist stats.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Let
we
me.
could see now.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks really for the chance to talk with you. I am talking during another work. I am moving in a place around over the 4,000 meters above the sea level in this time. But I am happy to share with the team the results of this year, because we have 5 rivers formally subscribed to the project, but we have a 6th project that was developed Rio Muyurina. And we have not really too much, very few participants with us, but they are really very happy to participate, very interested to learn, especially to learn about the condition of the river. It's the 4th time that we are participating in this event, and we are very happy this year by some special reason. We are happy really with our source of species, but our bad feelings about the experience visiting our rivers and streams was in the really bad conditions of this river, and we are happy by the experience with other organization that was promoting the active participation of an organization. Let me show you. After our activity, the most important is this. A local authority in Peru have organized an event for cleaning the rivers, cleaning our rivers, for the 3 rivers of Lima. This were precisely the rivers that we were showing in the project in the last page, and we are happy with the result because we have a chance to develop in the future better coordination between the organizations, the local NGOs, the people that are really developing a solitary mission to bring information about the rivers and condition. And now we have a chance to have a better coordination with the authorities. This is really very good for me, and I want to show you only as last interest for you our results with the participation. We have this list of the participants who were obtaining the first number in observation and in species, and this is very interesting because the most interesting of this is they are very young. The participant that obtained the first position in observations is a girl with 16 years old with many interests in birds, insects, and she was alone developing a project in a river. He really obtained very good results in number of species. I am sure in the next months more people will help with identification. The same, the other participant, Candy White, is also a very young student. They are very young people. The young people obtain the best positions. Well, I am in the third place in number of observations and species, but it's normally I appear because I am a little crazy dedicated to that. But the first place in number of species was at professional in tourism of Peru. And this is really interesting because we have a different group of participants that is really interested to use iNaturalist, and we have a very good prospect for the future. And the last interest was developed by a museum in the High Andes that recently they were developing the observations in the Rio Muyurina, a river not officially included in the event, but they have many interests to participate now and in the future. Well, more organization participants, more stacked participants, but the best result of this experience was we are starting to have better coordination with local authorities, and we have better perspective for our performance for the next year. Thanks, and my best wishes for everybody. Bye.
Thank you, Antonio. Thanks for joining this last minute as well. And I think Antonio is one of the examples of people that lead locally now. He's in this WhatsApp group in Peru. I'm also seeing some messages coming in all the time. And just the push that you give and getting so many people motivated to join those events, I think that's really key. We have a few more people like this coming up today, like Jane and Pipopo couldn't speak, but who was it before? Yeah, either way, Carlos is also one of those. There's just a few key people that really motivate people around their area. So thanks a lot for doing that. Let's now go to Benjamin. He's asked me to translate for him, or I've offered this. Bienvenidos, Benjamin, desde
Gracias.
Mendoza de Argentina.
Gracias, Vera. ¿Comparto presentación?
Sí, por favor. So he's going to
Dame
share
un
his screen and
segundo.
I'll do my best bringing across the story a bit with my Spanish that I've learned over the years. Open for corrections.
Ok, thanks. Bueno, soy de Benjamín Bender, de Argentina, de Mendoza particularmente.
So this is
Em,
Benjamin.
y
Voy a hablar bastante pronto, porque si no voy a olvidar de lo que dices. So this is Benjamin Bender, he's from the Mendoza River in Argentina.
trabajo en el CONICET, en Yadiza, que es un instituto de investigación.
The name might. So he works in a research institute.
Y bueno, la otra vez, hablando, escuchando las presentaciones anteriores, estoy de acuerdo con Antonio en cuanto a que el Home River es para unir a la gente y trabajar, pero a veces hay algunos que tenemos que estar en la gestión política.
So he remembers of other presentations, for instance, the one of Antonio as well, that it's about investigation, but it's also getting involved politically.
Y en esta idea de gestión integrada de los recursos, a veces los institutos de ciencia, las universidades y el gobierno eh, trata de ayudar a integrar y conocer los ecosistemas. Entonces, nosotros cuando trabajamos con unidades hidrográficas,
Yeah.
em,
Mhm.
eh,
So yeah, he's mentioning that like within the integrated water resource management, no, it's easy to focus on all the investigations and all the rivers. EDA.
estas unidades a veces son territorios grandes y es como la forma de dividir el ambiente. En
So
particular,
So sometimes it's quite big areas, no? If you talk about the hydroways, if you talk about the rivers and the catchments, sometimes pretty big areas.
en los últimos años trabajamos en varias cuencas, pero particularmente en la cuenca del río Mendoza.
So
Y
they've been
más,
working in different catchments, but mostly in the Mendoza catchment.
porque, digamos, Mendoza tiene una característica política de gobernanza, que hay un área que se dedica a irrigación, no sé cómo lo vas a traducir.
Irrigation.
Manejo de irrigación.
So this region is quite politically sensitive because it's a region of irrigation as well. So a lot of water being distracted from the river, no?
Claro, y gestiona el recurso del agua para la productividad. Mendoza es una provincia productiva y entonces en muchas de las situaciones del agua, por estar en un desierto, bueno, eso es importante, está en un desierto, tienen problemas desde problemas de gobierno, problemas con los productores, problemas con el conocimiento. Y es ahí donde tratamos de hacer intervención para llegar con estos proyectos a la gente.
So it's a desert area, which makes it really politically hard because it's very contested for all the water resources, no? So the water is needed for irrigation, it's needed for production, and through this event like the Home River Bioblitz, it's a cool way to be able to involve more people and to make them aware of the importance of the waterways.
En el terreno este año trabajamos en dos lugares, en lo que es el embalse de Potrerillos y en la cuenca de Turumaya, que son los que están en rojo ahí. Y particularmente trabajamos con las escuelas, ¿no?
So this year they've worked mostly in two areas, the ones that you saw in red, and they work a lot with schools.
Conseguimos en los últimos años de ir repetidamente al lugar que el municipio de Lavalle se sume a este lugar y declare el área como un área protegida. Pasamos de no tener cero conocimiento sobre la biodiversidad del lugar a poder declarar en 2020 un área protegida.
Okay, so the municipality of La Valle declared this area as a protected area without even knowing a lot about the biodiversity. Do I say that well? But it's declared as a protected area, and now they've gone there to do the studies.
Y en los últimos años hemos estado encontrando desde especies invasoras en el lugar, y todos los años que nos acercamos a las escuelas tratamos de plantear como diferentes a trabajar con la gente.
So in this work now with the bioblitzes, they go to schools and talk about invasive species and really try to, together with the schools, figure out which is the biodiversity that is natural in those areas and which is invasive. No?
Al proyecto general le hemos llamado Desafío Mendoza para incentivar a toda la provincia, pero obviamente que cada vez que trabajamos con alguno de estos Bioblitz, en particular los asociados al agua, como el Home River Bioblitz, tratamos de acercarnos a las escuelas de la zona. Y bueno, este año no solamente trabajamos con las escuelas, trabajamos con los puestos. Hay algunos, en una de las lagunas que trabajamos, hay problemas con los locales por apropiación del terreno, pero bueno, conseguimos, la verdad que muchísimos datos y muchísima gente participando. Esta es una de las escuelas que trabajamos. Este año trabajamos con 3 escuelas.
um, so they work quite a bit with schools, no? But they've also been working with more local posts and places where there's actually a bit of conflict, seeing it as a good way to get people out. And there's been a lot of people participating, and this is a photo of one of the school classes.
Y bueno, más allá de que el ambiente en la zona, por ejemplo, una de las lagunas que nosotros estábamos trabajando se secó recientemente, es que la imagen que está abajo a la izquierda, ¿no? En otras de las lagunas conseguimos que una de las escuelas tome iniciativas, y ni bien planteamos el reglamento, por ejemplo, ya pusieron ellos mismos desde la escuela cartelería, están trabajando con esa idea de apropiación del entorno, y estamos tratando de que esta laguna también sea declarada reserva al menos municipal.
So this photo on the bottom there, it's a lake that recently dried out. And it was a school that started to take action. They started to hang up signs and really get involved. And now they're trying to get also this lake protected. And the municipality involved to actually improve the habitat again.
Y bueno, todos los años conseguimos nuevos avances. Por ejemplo, en la laguna de Soria encontramos 5 especies que no estaban presentes o mencionadas al menos en los relevamientos ¿cómo es?, de biodiversidad, y ahora estamos tratando de llevar un poco más adelante y conseguir algún subsidio como para poder hacerlo con más números y usar como ejemplos estos lugares, porque realmente hemos visto que, bueno, con apoyo de la política, con apoyo de los ciudadanos, se consiguen buenos cambios.
So these are some new photos, some new species that they found. And now they're trying to get some subsidies as well to be able to involve more people and thereby have more community helping out to protect those places and also get the municipalities more involved. Very free translation by Vera, but espero que
Gracias.
lo estoy diciendo bien. Muchas
No,
gracias,
perfecto.
Benjamin. Any other Spanish speaking
Gracias a
person
ustedes.
wants to add something to make it better? It's very cool to see, Benjamin, muy bacán ver qué puedes llegar o no, qué puedes hacer cuando estás motivando a la gente y que más y más gente se sumen y ahí tienes más poder, ¿no? Como movimiento ciudadano también. I think it really goes to show that if more people start to join, and over the years you just become a bigger movement, and then you start to have political power as well, and you start to be able to demand things from your municipality, no? So amazing. Thank you, Jens, for joining.
Thank you, everybody. It was really nice to
Very
see you.
useful.
See you next time.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao. Yeah, I have quite some more time. I think we'll just keep going. If people have to go at some point, we are recording this so you can still look back to it, no? Jane, I would like to go to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm Jane Kimani from South Africa, representing Kenya and Africa. Actually, had a total about of 10 to 11 rivers here in Africa, 5 in Tanzania, where Carlos and Raja have already talking about them, and the rest 5 in Kenya, well, 2 in Nairobi, the rest in the western side of Kenya. So I will allow from Wildlife Direct to say about the river in Nairobi, River Bagathi. Yes, for 3 to 5 minutes, if that's okay. Dixon, if you are available.
Yeah, thanks, Jen. And I was just writing something because I'm running late. I want to reach somewhere, but since it is now, let me just share something about River Bagathi, which is at the border of 2 counties in Kenya. They are divided into counties, and being at the border, sometimes you get to be what can I say? You get to be abandoned. Nobody is looking after you at times. You be at sidelined, and that is the case in River Mbagathi. But as Wildlife Direct, we just live near River Mbagathi, and we've been warriors in watching over the river. We've been doing cleanups. We've been doing studies along River Mbagathi, and to surprise many, River Mbagathi, as much as it's coming from the city, still holds a lot of biodiversity. When talk of insects, talk of plants, which are, I think, were the most observed species in our naturalist. And again, I have to mention that it's always energizing to have these conversations, because it is through this conversation that we come up with maybe some strategies to help do something, or create something that many would otherwise just overlook. So yeah, I'm very happy to have participated in the event. Looking forward to the next Home River Bioblitz already, although it was our first participation, but already I'm looking at a clear ahead. So thank you so much. I have my regards, everyone, the event organizers, and Paula Kaumbu, CEO Wildlife Direct, said hi. She wasn't able to join. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Say hi to Paulette again. Okay,
Okay.
so we also had a river in Kisumu, the western side. Kisumu is mainly known for fishing, so the rivers was to Lake Victoria, one of the largest freshwater lakes in Kisumu. I'm not so sure whether he's ill in the call, but he shared the stories through our WhatsApp group. Yes, that's River Wagyo. Yes. And now for EduTab, we managed to do 3 rivers within different regions, one in Nairobi, one in Trans Nzoia, the North Rift of Kenya, and one in Kisumu, the western side of Kenya. So, and I'll have my colleague, Magdalene, to present it and tell us the story of the experience, combining the 3 rivers together.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Janice. Allow me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
Slide one.
Oh my God, I think I lost it. Uh, okay. Um, okay, yeah. My name is Magdalene from EduTab Africa, and just like Jen has mentioned, this time EduTab Africa coordinated Home River Bioblitz in 4 key regions. That is in Kitale, Kenya, in Trans Nzoia County, where we were observing the ecosystem around Kitale Museum River. In Kisumu, where we were observing the biodiversity around Orije River. In Limuru, sorry, I'm misspelling here. In Limuru, where we were observing biodiversity along River Tabora. And Jonsu in Finland, where we are observing biodiversity along River Kieljoski. Yes. So the major, so this is in Kitale. The museum river flows from Cherengani Hills and Mount Elgon landscapes and comes through Kitale Museum. The one in Kisumu, in the River Orije, is quite near the lakeside. And yes, and then there's the one in Limuru, which is Taboga River. So the major activities that happened along all these rivers were hands-on activities where kids were involved in exploring the plants, insects, and animals along the rivers. Most of the work was done by kids. Yeah, and this was the best part of it. They really enjoyed taking pictures of the animals, plants. Yes, and about curiosity, we used false scopes in this second picture here, where kids are observing specimens along the rivers. And also we had sessions where kids drew what they observed. Yes. Yeah. So we used the iNaturalist app to document the local biodiversity. We use foldscopes. For those who do not know, foldscopes are portable microscopes that people or kids can use to explore the specimen around them. Yes, and then we had an art and storytelling sessions where kids drew different rivers. We had a group that drew a healthy river, a group that focused on an unhealthy river, and a group that focused on different activities that happen along a river. By activities, I mean community activities that happen along a river. Yeah. So during our HRB, this is the overall data. We had a total of 67 participants, where a majority were kids aged 6 to 16 years, sorry. And we recorded 110 species and we had 191 observations along the 4 rivers. These are the images that I was talking about. I do not know whether the images are, you can see the images clearly, but here, this is the unhealthy river. The kids called it Kasongo River, where the images of here, where my cursor is placed, is a sheep, and this black thing here is oil. So they were talking about oil spillage, and this is the same river where animals come to take water. And this other side are plants that have some rotten fruits, like they're indicating that because the river is unhealthy, then the plants are not like growing so well. And in this image here is a healthy river. You can see the plants are healthy. There's a very warm sun and the river is clean. here, unlike here, that the trees had rotten fruits, here the trees are ripe, you can see beautiful flowers. And this third image demonstrated different activities. I can't pinpoint all of them, but there was irrigation, farming taking place. There were people coming to fetch water so that can go and use the water in their homes. Yes, and then also during the session, we had this reflection time where kids kids wrote about what they saw during the walk and the observation. So what they saw, how they felt, what they heard, what they smelled, how they built curiosity, how they collaborated with friends. And most of I'll just like pinpoint the general observation. Most of the kids saw flowers, which they observed through a naturalist, of course, yeah. And then most of them had the calm river flowing, which was really wonderful. Yeah, they smelled the nice flowers. Curiosity was majorly seen while using foldscopes. This area, I have images here. Like you see these images here, kids who are really vibrant during this session, they were like, oh, I want to see this leaf. Oh, this leaf has some holes that I cannot see when I just hold it, but through the microscope, I can see the holes. Oh, this grasshopper leg has hairs. Why is it that I cannot see the hairs when I'm just looking at it? So this is how the curiosity came about. This one here is an image of a specimen observed under a foldscope. Yes, and then here, like I mentioned, the pictures uploaded on iNaturalist, most of the work was done by kids. Like, oh, this plant looks so good. Can I have a look at it? I want to know what it's called. Like those kinds of conversations. Yes. So the major activity that happened, and we'll say like the overall observation that we had was in Kitale Museum River, we were mapping Mauritius thorn. So Mauritius thorn is an invasive species around here. So we were mapping the areas where it occupied using an app called EpiCollect 5. So Mauritius thorn grows aggressively, and it forms thick thorns that choke the native plants and prevent them from sunlight exposure, thereby killing them because photosynthesis cannot take place and all. So these plants, major parts of alongside the river, and when it chokes them, the plants dry, like you can see here. So the native plants keep on dying. They just, it happens over time. It just circles around them, keeps on like preventing sunlight and all that. And then over time, the plants die, and then the Mauritius thorn takes over. And then here we observe that there's the presence of Colobus monkey, where Colobus monkey from the iNaturalist data has occupied the western sides of Kenya and the western sides of Uganda. So here, when we look at the presence of the Colobus monkey alongside this place and the presence of the Mauritius thorn, it brings about a delicate balance, because the Mauritius thorn is killing, or is just taking over the native plants, while the Colobus, so I don't know why I'm calling it Colobus monkey. Well, the Colobus monkey, which is an arboreal animal. By this I mean they eat, live, and move on the plant's canopy. so the environment is along the canopy, and the Mauritius thorn is invading place, thereby killing these plants. So it makes the environment not conducive for the colobus monkey, because now this means over time there'll be no canopies for these colobus monkeys to move, and this might reduce population around these areas. So this was the major observation. And the main concern: how can we control these Mauritius thorn? How can we balance the existence of Mauritius thorn and the colobus monkey? Yes, so that was the major observation from our HRB. Yes, and with that, thank you so much for listening. I'll throw it back to Jen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's all from Africa. I take it back to Vera.
Amazing. Very cool to get that insight. Learning so much, and can't wait to at some point come over to that place. Quickly over to Enya, because I think she has to basically leave now. Do you mind stop sharing the screen, Magdalena? So Enya can start sharing it. Okay, now you should hear. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I want to share the quick experience of Vigilando Ríos y Arroyos, Rivers and Streams Vigilantes in Jalisco. We started in 2021, so this was our first Home River Bioblitz. We started with one river, and now this year we were 7 rivers. I'm really, really happy, and I just want to mention that I'm presenting this, but they're like the real authors of this year Home River Bioblitz were the local leaders from all these streams around the region. All of these are keen to do conservation efforts towards rivers and biodiversity, but they were not alone. They had the opportunity to link with a government or private movements that lead to this event, and also they integrate the knowledge of different experts from the universities. That this is a key point that I want to share with you, that it was not just the local leaders, but the vinculation between local leaders, experts, and the citizens. So that there were place where citizens were asking questions and also the leaders sharing questions. So it was a common learning area within the river, which I found really, really interesting. And just to share also, Joanna, one of the local leaders, did this nerdy exploration of the iNaturalist data within each of the rivers. So there were 7 local rivers, 4 municipalities, and more than 150 participants. We used iNaturalist and also EpiCollect. EpiCollect was to photograph the river landscape and also the river impacts, and the iNaturalist for biodiversity. And within the experts, there were some talks about birds, water quality, and other things. So you can see here the general observation. I think around all of this effort and all of these participants that you can see, there were students, there were professors, and there were more than 1,500 observations in general with these 7 rivers. So I wanted to share this with you, that it was growing through the years since 2021 to today, and that Home River Bioblitz motivated us a lot to unite us locally, but also connect with you internationally. And you can know more about this in our social media, Vigilando Ríos y Arroyos. And really happy to be part of this network, and really, really thankful for the local leaders and the local experts in Outland. That's it for me.
Thank you. And yeah, thanks for sharing. And also sharing that story of how it grows throughout the years now. Really amazing. Congrats on getting that going. And thanks for joining. I know you have to leave now. And thanks for being behind the social media, and thanks for being behind the organization as well. Amazing work, Anya. I have some more rivers here, but I don't necessarily have people behind it. So I'm curious if somebody from either the Rio Atoyac, the Rio Monclava, the Macam River, maybe we've had some of those. If somebody wants to share something, just unmute yourself and start talking, and you'll have the word. That may also still be a different river that we don't have on the list. I'm very flexible.
Don't be shy,
Hi.
guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. This is Alejandra from Rio Sacramento. We are from Mexico. We just joined this. This is our first time joining the Bioblitz, and we're really happy. We didn't get that many species, but we're really happy that we joined a group just formed and we're starting. And it's a very polluted a very polluted river in the city. So we're starting with recognizing the river, and we're just really happy to be with you guys.
That's it. Thank you. We're really happy that you're with us. And hopefully you'll stay a few more years and are inspired by, for instance, Anya to start growing it as well. Even though we always say we don't. Sorry.
I was just saying, hopefully so.
Nice. No, I think we always say that we don't mind, like, our main objective is not to grow big instantly, have as many observations as possible. No, we care more that everyone who joins feels that they can actually do what they need to do for their river and for their community and all that. No, so it's a bit more about trust than it's necessarily about this, like, we're the biggest iNaturalist event ever. Obviously numbers help, whatever, but that's not our main objective. Very excited though that many people are here. Still the floor is open if somebody else wants to say a few words about their Bioblitz.
Hello, good morning. Okay.
There we go, at the River.
Hello, my name is Leslie. I'm part of the organization of Hackers por Nuestro Futuro, and we organized the Bioblitz in Atoyac River in Mexico, in Puebla. And okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you see? Okay.
Yes,
yes.
you can see.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, I will for a little bit of context. I would like to say the Atoyac River in Puebla, Mexico, is one of the most polluted in Mexico. It flows through 3 states and empties into a Ramsar site, the Velazco wetland. So this makes it a very important river. But it faces a severe pollution from untreated wastewater from thousands of companies, mainly textile, chemical, and automotive. This pollution causes serious health risk, including cancer. And because of this, many people feel disconnected with the river, seeing it as a lifeless and polluted river. And this is why the citizen science is so important. Well, the Bioblitz was aimed to change how we see the Atoyac, showing that life still exists around the river and reminding us that we only protect what we know. The event was on Saturday, September 20, along a riverside path connecting local parks, and it lasted 4 hours. More than 50 people joined us, mostly young participants, and we split into 4 teams, including a children's team and a photo embroidery workshop. for those who wanted to connect through art, to art. And we also made a fanzine like this, and with the information of why we should protect our river. I was part of the children's team, and it was promising to see their curiosity and excitement for nature. And their participation shows that everyone can learn and care for biodiversity. And the results were promising. We had 279 observations and 163 species, mainly plants and insects, with 27 observers and 52 identifiers on iNaturalist. And in conclusion, the BioBlitz taught us that knowing urban biodiversity is key to protecting it, and that everyone has a role in conserving our waterways. And despite the pollution, the river is still a living ecosystem that deserves care, and many of us are committed to advocation for a healthy river for all living beings. And well, that is all. And also, like complementing the observation of biodiversity, we also did a guide of organoleptic indicators, so we can identify the pollution in our river. And yeah, well, that is it. And well, this was our first time participating in the BioBlitz, and it has us so much excited, and we want to participate more. And well, I am doing my thesis of citizen science, so this is like something so exciting, that seeing that the citizen science really works, and we want to connect to people, to our rivers. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Thanks for sharing. Also, if you, during your thesis, want to chat with some more of us from different places in the world, I'm sure more people will be excited to share some more ideas and thoughts. But really exciting to see how much you've pulled up for your first year. Congrats. And an inspiration as well to see that indeed it's not only about the biodiversity data, during such an event, but there's like multiple side events, let's say, that we can do. We can have it as a start of like doing art and science and all those kind of things as well, no? So amazing.
Yeah. Thank
Is
you.
there somebody else that wants to share?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, my name is Mbago Kizega from Tanzania, from Seed Science Tanzania. So this is my third BioBlitz. So, but my first one was in Ngelengele River, but now I did it in my village, a small village called the Kwifungo. In our village, we have a small pond that we depend to get water. So a day when I introduced to my kids that we are going there to take pictures, they were really not surprised, because like they feel they know everything there. So, but the day when we went there and introduced to iNaturalist and start taking pictures, they were really surprised to see how much diversity like there. So students, they were asking a lot of questions, and they were awareness to protect living thing around there. So they found different species of insect, different types of eggs. So they were really curious to to ask themselves, what is this? What is this? And it really connected us. So, and now because I go there with, I went there with a small groups of students, but after that, I have many students, they want to join me. They ask a teacher, when we go with us. So it seems like they really excited. They want to read more about that. So that place we depend to get water. So in this village, from school and village along here, depend to get water from that small pond. So children, they go in there, they observe. So we observe like 100 is observation. So it was a little, they said it's a party, and they learn a lot. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing a bit. Carlos and Michaela already showed some videos, so we had a bit of an image with it, but having your words with it helps a lot as well. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
sharing and joining us today. Wow, we've really gone throughout the world, huh? I'm really excited about that. We've been in Argentina, we've been in Mexico a couple of times. Mexico's pretty present here now. We've been in Thailand, we've been in Tanzania, we've been in Kenya and Finland. I'm skipping some probably still, but is there anyone else that wants to share? This is the moment. Which side are you pointing to, Carlos?
Hello.
Pendulum. Cool.
Yeah. Hello, guys. My name is Rusdi from Indonesia. So I asked Carlos to help me share my some kind of images and photos. Okay, thank you, Carlos. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is my first time joining this movement, and then basically I am the founder of Sumbu Tengah community. It's a local literacy community based in Samarinda. Basically, it's literacy initiative. Our legal activity is a monthly discussion about literature, culture, and ways improve public literacy. But earlier this year, we were given a special opportunity to joining this movement, and then this is first time I joined, and it was very fun. We doing Bioblitz in Mahakam River, which is the longest river in Indonesia, the second longest river in Indonesia. And then I get help by the local environmental professor, and then also there's a lot there's student researchers from Mula Warman University, which is the like bigger university in here, Samarinda. So this is the photo. If you can see that that is the rivarian of Sungai Mahakam River. That is a lot of alga there. So basically, we're not capturing a lot of species, because first we don't have enough times to looking the perfect place to observe. But basically, it's a place in the center of city Samarinda, so it's not far from the city. So there's not a lot of spaces that we can capture. But as you can see in the first photos, maybe Carlos, can you help me to get to the first capture of iNaturalist, yes. The total we have 55 observed, and then there's 30 species, and basically we gather like maybe 30 participant, and it's a lot of number because basically there's a lot of people want to join, but we can, you know, we can get them in the first movement. Yeah. Beside of that, I'm gonna say thanks to Carlos and Juan. Also Juan, I asked a lot of things about technical aspect from the iNaturalist, and then I hope next year I can be join again. And this is the photo that we doing tree planting in the riverian of Mahakam River. This is one of our campaign to, you know, like to restoration and environmental awareness to the public. So yeah, we also get the help by the Kalpataru Award recipient. She is which is the highest recognition for environmental dedication in Indonesia. She helped me a lot to, you know, recognizing the species like the alga or the dragonfly, and also some kind of ant, and yeah, a lot of species that I don't know. And this movement is very helping to us in Indonesia here in East Borneo to at least trying to more understand about our river. Maybe that's all that I can share. Thank you. Salam dari Indonesia.
Amazing, thank you. Also, thank you for accepting the invitation. And I'm sure it's been Carlos pushing you a little bit to share here. But that's really cool. And seeing that that was the first time you did this event. No, it didn't have anything to do with it. Thanks a lot. And also thanks Carlos and Jens for helping out. So it's an easy way to get into it the first time. No, and I hope it's not the last time that you join. Cool. I think that's been everyone that wants to share. Operator is still open. If not, I'm gonna start thanking people a bit, which is, for instance, Carlos, who is our iNaturalist hero, and he is there always to help anyone moving forward with that, no, and to get the projects going and understand how to add an observation and understand how to create a project and how to put that polygon in and all that. And then create an umbrella project so we can actually explore all the data all together. Jane, who's here, who's I think made sure that for the first time there were more than a few bioblitzes in Africa, and you're gonna do a bit of a recap with Africa only as well, no? So creating really that regional bond there as well, which I think is really exciting. We have somebody like Jane also in more Asia, Thailand, that area. Pipopo is unfortunately ill today. But that's really helpful pushes as well, no? So anyone who feels like, hey, I know people around and I'm excited to connect more people in my region, also feel very free to take a bit that role. We can help you as well, be part of the team a bit. We are a pretty open team, so there's Jens there, there's Jelena, who's always a bit more our science focused person, there's Enya, who's been doing a lot of social media, and Jane has been helping out a lot with that this year. There's Even, of course, who all of you know because you've been communicating with her. Unfortunately, she couldn't join today, but this was the first year she was really active in the organization, and she's been basically behind all the emails and all the meetings and all that. So very thankful to Even from Ireland. Am I forgetting someone, Carlos? I feel I'm forgetting someone. Should have prepared this, should have made a list. Obviously, Net Geo people. There's always somehow a pretty good link to National Geographic. Michaela, I think that's a link between you and Carlos as well. I met Michaela in Italy. So that's a very cool link. iNaturalist as an app, without them we couldn't do this. And yeah, no, very excited that all of us are here at this moment. We have applied for a National Geographic grant. That could mean that we can make it a bit bigger the coming year. As you may know, we're a very volunteer-based team, and we do this kind of like making it sure it all happens and the system works. So we're kind of doing this besides everything else we're doing, no? But it seems to work out because all of you are still motivated and are coming together, and it's because of all of you that this actually works. But we might have a chance to put more effort in it and to really collaborate a bit more across all the regions. We'll know in January, so that's very exciting. There's still a chance to upload your videos to this drive because we're still making the video. This is also a bit of a slower process if there's not a lot of money behind it. It's like coming, it's coming. But yeah, other than that, this is kind of the end of the Home River Bioblitz 2025, no? Until the video comes up. But don't be sad because 2026 is coming up and we'll be back before you know it. Cool. I guess that's it from my side. If somebody else wants to say a few last words, that's very welcome as well. Yes,
I just want to say muchas gracias. Thank you so much, Asante Sana, and grazie mille to everyone, because time is so precious, and devoting time for all this activity, it really pays off for putting us together. I mean, thinking about doing this for nature, I think it's an encouraging thought, because I'm sure all of us felt alone at some moment, overwhelmed because we have so many bad news. But I think moments like this and doing this, not just the Home River Bioblitz, but getting close to nature, will help us to overcome those harsh feelings that we get most of the time, especially when it comes to nature. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Thank you so much, Vera, for putting all the time. I know you've been working a lot too. So let's say thank you to Vera too. Thank you so much for everyone.
I think those are the most important thank yous in the end to every one of you that actually organized their own local Home River Bioblitz event and got their community out and motivates other people again. And I think this recap now was really cool because it had really people that have been doing this for years, and you can see how it can really grow throughout the years and how you can be more impactful once you've got that story going a bit already. And then people joining for the first time already pulling off a great event. So yeah, I'm inspired again as well, and already excited to see you all next year. Let's be in touch. The Home River Bioblitz WhatsApp group is there if you have any questions or anything to share. And in the meantime, of course, feel free. And then maybe, I don't know if people are still there. I want to just quickly put up the camera so we can do one little like hanging in there 2 hours long group photo. Yeah. Survivors, 17 people still after like almost 2 hours of chatting.
That's a lot of people to have to
That's a lot
say.
of people. Show yourselves. You're on this, Carlos. I need you. You're our like
Okay, let me. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hold on a moment. Hold on. And I got you now. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be sharing this right
Ooh,
now
that
on
looks dark
the
there, will ya?
Okay, where is
Well,
the...
good day to those that just started the day. Good afternoon to those that still have an afternoon left. Good evening and good night to those that midnight, I think, no? Basically now. Thanks for joining at this hour. See you soon again.
Goodbye, amigos.
Goodbye. Ciao, ciao.
Adios.